Welcome to the very first episode of Corner Office Thrillers. Imagine the glittering skyline of Mumbai at night, those towering glass skyscrapers in Bandra Kurla complex or Lower Parel, lights piercing the humid darkness like ambitious eyes that never sleep. This is the story of a man who climbed to the very top of one such tower, only to be pushed off it. Not literally, at least. Not at first. This is a tale of corporate betrayal, quiet revenge, and the kind of payback that destroys empires without a single gunshot. I call it the fall of Vikram Malhotra. Our story begins in 2018, in the gleaming headquarters of Apex Infratech, a real estate giant valued at over 50,000 crores. The company was the darling of Dalal Street, building luxury malls, IT parks, and high-rises across Mumbai, Delhi, and Bangalore. At the helm was Vikram Malhotra, 48 years old, IIT Bombay gold medalist, Harvard MBA, the classic self-made Marwadi success story. Vikram was the kind of boss who could charm a room full of investors one minute and fire an entire department the next. He drove a matte black Mercedes Maybach, wore bespoke suits from Savile Row tailored during his London trips, and had a corner office on the 42nd floor overlooking the Arabian Sea. But the man who really kept Apex running, the one who knew every dirty land deal, every Benami transaction, every bribe to municipal officers, was Arjun Desai. Arjun was Vikram's right-hand man, his executive vice president of operations. A quiet, unassuming Maharashtrian from Pune, Arjun had joined Apex straight out of IIM Ahmedabad 15 years earlier. He started as a junior project manager and rose steadily because he was brilliant at the dark arts of Indian real estate, navigating RERA delays, handling slum rehabilitation quotas, and most importantly, keeping the books clean while the real money flowed through shell companies. Arjun wasn't flashy. He drove a humble Honda City, lived in a 3 BHK in Andheri with his wife and 2 kids, and sent his children to a good but not elite school. His loyalty to Vikram was absolute. When Vikram's father died, Arjun handled everything from the funeral arrangements in Rajasthan to quietly settling old family debts. When Vikram went through a messy divorce, Arjun covered for his late nights and meetings with models. In return, Vikram promised Arjun partnership. Not just a bigger bonus, actual equity. 10% of Apex Infratech, which at the time would have made Arjun worth hundreds of crores overnight as the company prepared for a massive IPO. The IPO was the crown jewel. Apex was set to list in 2020, with merchant bankers from Kotak and Morgan Stanley valuing it at 80,000 crores. Vikram would become a billionaire in dollars. And Arjun? His 10% would make him one of the richest self-made executives in India. They celebrated the night the DRHP was filed. Just the two of them in Vikram's corner office, drinking 30-year-old Macallan, watching the city lights. To empire, Vikram toasted. To loyalty, Arjun replied quietly. But empires built on Indian corporate politics have fragile foundations. Enter Rohan Khanna. Rohan was everything Arjun wasn't: young, aggressive, connected. Son of a powerful Delhi-based industrialist with deep political ties. Rohan had studied at Wharton, worked briefly at Blackstone in New York, and carried himself like he already owned the world. Vikram hired Rohan as Chief Strategy Officer in early 2020, right as COVID hit. While the real estate market crashed and construction halted, Rohan worked his magic. His father's connections helped Apex secure massive government contracts for affordable housing projects, the kind that came with fat margins hidden in infrastructure development fees. Suddenly, Rohan was the golden boy. He moved into a sea-facing penthouse in Worli, started being featured in Economic Times, 40 under 40, and most dangerously began whispering in Vikram's ear. The IPO valuation can go higher, Rohan would say during late-night calls. But we need to clean up the cap table. Too many old promises dragging us down. Arjun noticed the shift immediately. Meetings he used to attend were suddenly strategy sessions, with just Vikram and Rohan. His signing authority was reduced. Worst of all, When he asked about his equity promise, Vikram started giving vague answers. Bhai, market conditions have changed. Post-COVID, investors want cleaner structures. Family offices, not too many individual shareholders. Arjun swallowed his pride. He had recordings, actual voice notes where Vikram explicitly promised him 10%. He had emails. But in India, everyone knows promises between boss and subordinate are rarely enforceable, especially when the boss controls everything. The final blow came in December 2021. Apex announced a pre-IPO placement. Major investors, private equity funds, sovereign wealth funds were buying stakes at premium valuations. Rohan Khanna was getting 8% equity as founders' pool allocation. Arjun got nothing. Instead, he received a polite email from HR. In recognition of your years of service, we are pleased to offer you a special bonus of 5 crores rupees and promotion to senior VP. 5 crores. After 15 years of building the company from scratch. That night, Arjun sat alone in his Andheri flat while his family slept. He opened his laptop and began copying files. Not just financials, everything. Every Benami land purchase in Navi Mumbai, where farmers were paid half the circle rate, while the difference went to politicians. Every shell company in Dubai that received consultancy fees. Every recording of Vikram boasting about paying off BMC officials. Every email where Rohan discussed managing SEBI queries. Arjun had been the keeper of secrets for so long. He knew exactly where all the bodies were buried. But he didn't go to the police. That's not how these things work in India. Instead, he waited. He took his 5 crore rupees bonus, smiled at the office Diwali party, and even gifted Vikram a limited edition Mont Blanc pen. Then he disappeared. Not dramatically. He just resigned quietly in March 2022, citing family reasons. Moved his family to Pune. Told everyone he was starting a small consultancy. Vikram barely noticed. The IPO roadshows were in full swing. Non-anchor book oversubscribed 20 times. Listing gains predicted at 80 to 100%. The listing day came 14th April 2022. The market opened to fanfare. Apex Infratech debuted at 850 rupees. Up 90% from the issue price of 450 rupees. Vikram became a paper billionaire. Rohan pocketed hundreds of crores. Champagne flowed in the office. But exactly 6 months later, on 14th October 2022, something strange happened. An anonymous Twitter account at Apex Truth 2022 posted a thread. Just documents. No commentary. First, a scanned agreement showing Apex had acquired prime land in Thane from a cooperative society at 200 rupee per SQ foot, when the government rate was 8,000 rupees. Second, bank statements showing 200 crores rupees transferred to a Dubai company owned by Vikram Malhotra's cousin. Third, a voice note, Vikram's voice clearly audible, laughing about how these ad raids are just drama. The officer is already taken care of. The thread went viral. Economic Times picked it up by evening. By night, CNBC Awaaj was running tickers. Apex Infratech shares crashed 15% in late trading on anonymous allegations. Vikram's PR team swung into action. Fabricated documents. Competitor malice. We'll sue. But the next day, another thread. This one had emails between Rohan and a SEBI official discussing how to present related party transactions. Shares crashed another 20%. Then came the real killer, a detailed Excel sheet showing how Apex had inflated project costs by 40% to siphon money. The same sheet Arjun had prepared for internal use, but now with annotations highlighting the fraud. Circuit breakers hit. Trading halted. Within a week, SEBI launched an investigation. Ed raided Vikram's Juhu bungalow and Rohan's Worli penthouse. The IPO lock-in period hadn't ended yet. Vikram and Rohan couldn't sell. They watched their paper wealth evaporate as the stock fell from 850 rupee to 120 rupees in 3 months. But Arjun wasn't done. He knew Vikram's biggest weakness, pride. In January 2023, a leading business magazine received an anonymous package. Inside, recordings of Vikram boasting to investors about political connections that would protect Apex forever. The cover story title: The House That Hubris Built. Inside Apex Infratech's Collapse. Vikram's political godfathers distanced themselves overnight. The same ministers who attended his Diwali parties now claimed they'd never met him. By mid-2023, Apex was delisted pending investigation. Vikram sold his Maybach to pay legal fees. Rohan fled to Dubai, but got detained at the airport, his passport flagged. And Arjun? He's still in Pune, running a small real estate advisory firm. His children go to the same school. He still drives a Honda City, though now it's a newer model. Sometimes, late at night, he opens his phone and looks at old photos from Apex office parties. Vikram with his arm around Arjun's shoulder, both smiling. He doesn't smile back. Instead, he closes the app and goes to sleep. Because in the world of corner offices, the most dangerous revenge isn't loud. It's patient. It's thorough. And it leaves no fingerprints. In the end, Vikram Malhotra lost everything he built over 20 years. All because he forgot one simple truth about Indian corporate life. Loyalty goes both ways. Until it doesn't. And that's our story for today. If you enjoyed this tale of corporate revenge from the heart of Mumbai's power corridors, hit that subscribe button for more stories from the dark side of ambition. Next time, a Bangalore startup founder who discovered his co-founder was stealing code and decided to steal something far more valuable. This is Corner Office Thrillers, where the view from the top can be deadly.